The third support for natural farming is FAA or fish amino acid. So what does FAA do to the plants? FAA is a pure natural fertilizer, rich in organic matter and fish protein. Rapidly promotes the soil microbial breeding, greatly activates the soil nutrient, improves soil by protecting its water retention capacity. It softens the soil and restrains plants from disease and pests. So what are the materials for fish amino acid or FAA? You can use also snail or alcohol amino acid or KA. The materials needed are 2 kilograms of muscovado, 2 kilograms fish, any kind, or you can use snail or alcohol, 1 clean container. For the procedure, wash fish thoroughly. I use low-cost fish in the market. You can use fish melt or fish carcass. Slice medium to big size fish into about 1 inch in size. No need to cut small fishes. Wash the container carefully. You can use any container as long as with cap or cover. Drain the fish thoroughly. Use a strainer. If no strainer available, I use a clean plastic pot. Weigh the fish. It is 1 3/4 kilograms. Take note of the weight because you need it for the muscovado mixture. The ratio of fish to muscovado must be 1:1. Weigh the muscovado, it must be 1 3/4 kilograms. If you use molasses, the ratio is the same. Mix well. The bad smell of the fish diminishes during the mixing. Clean the container to ensure sanitation. Cover container with plastic wrapper to close the lid. There are 2 ways of fermenting FAA. First is aerobic. Aerobic means allowing air circulation during the fermentation. This is done by covering the container with cloth or manila paper. Another one is anaerobic. This is not allowing air circulation. For our formulation, we use an aerobic process to prevent maggots to grow. Ferment for 21 days. After 10 days, move the container to allow muscovado to cover the upper portion of the mixture. Wait for 11 more days to harvest. Store in cold place. Harvest the FAA. The smell must be sweet and with no bad odor. Check the contents. If there are no maggots inside and with white molds at the upper portion, it is a perfect formulation. Mix well. Drain thoroughly. Never allow insects to come in contact with FAA while draining. Put liquid FAA to plastic bottle and loosely close the lid lightly, allowing microorganisms to breathe. You can ferment FAA again using the drained fish. Weigh the fish and add 80% muscovado. Continue same process. You can only reprocess using the drained fish once. Dispose drained fish after. The last support to natural farming that I will discuss is OHN. OHN means Oriental Herbal Nutrient. So what is OHN? OHN is a mixture of edible aromatic herbs extracted with alcohol and fermented with muscovado. It is used to discourage the growth of anaerobic, potentially pathogenic microbes and encourage beneficial aerobic microbes in the soil and on plant. OHN improves the resiliency of soil and plants from various environmental stresses like wind, heat, and drought. It is an insect repellent for the crops and boosts immunity of animals. So how to formulate OHN? In my case, I use 1/2 kilogram of garlic, 1/2 kilogram of ginger, and 1 kilogram of muscovado. There are a lot of options. Like option number 1, you can use 100 grams of chili, 400 grams of garlic, and 500 grams of ginger. Option 2, you can use 300 grams of onion, 300 grams of ginger, 300 grams of garlic, and 100 grams of chili. You can make your own combinations of the spices or herb depending on the availability and cost of the materials. The ratio of spices and muscovado is 1:1. Ensure sanitation throughout the process. The procedure: wash ginger thoroughly. Make sure that there is no soil or dirt as this would contaminate fermentation. Wash all other ingredients. Drain all ingredients after washing. Slice all spices thinly. Must be less than 1 inch in length. Weigh the ingredients. For our fermentation, we use 1/2 kilo sliced ginger and 1/2 kilo sliced garlic. Mix all the spices in a container. The total ingredient is 1 kilo. Weigh 1 kilo muscovado. Mix all the ingredients with muscovado. Cover the lid with cloth or manila paper. Ferment for 7 days and store in cold place. After harvest, it is normal for black molds to appear at the upper portion as long as OHN smells like pickles. Discard the fermentation if it smells bad. Black molds appear because muscovado settled at the bottom during the process. It is necessary to move the container every 3 days to let the muscovado cover the upper portion of the container. Should you miss to move the OHN, black molds will appear at the upper portion. If this happens, scrape the black molds. Strain well and set aside the spices and cover. You need to repeat the process again because you cannot fully extract the OHN in only one fermentation. Use 1:0.9 ratio of muscovado and spices. Transfer OHN in a plastic or glass bottle and cover loosely. Never close it tight because microorganisms need to breathe. Store in a cold place. OHN is ready to use. For the application, mix FAA with OHN at 1:1 ratio. Get the total volume of FAA and OHN mixed in a container. Add 10% labs on the mixed FAA and OHN. Put in a glass or plastic container and label FAA and OHN. Never seal tightly. For the application in the farm, you have to pour 10 to 20 ml of the mixed concoctions to every 1 liter of water. You will need 6 knapsack sprayers per hectare. You can spray weekly or twice a month. Spray on the leaves, soil, and sugarcane trash. This mixed concoction is only used for vegetative stage of the plant. Spray early in the morning at 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. and or 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You can spray any time of the day as long as it is very cloudy. This mixture can also be used for animals to drink every day to keep animals healthy, grow fast, and for odorless dung. The volume for animal drinkers. 0.2 ml of this concoction multiplied by the estimate body weight of animal. Example, for an animal with a body weight of 100 kilograms, you will need to put 20 ml of concoctions to their water for drinking daily. I leave you with this quote. A farmer does not grow crops. A farmer creates an environment where crops can grow. Thank you.